Now, Vladimir Putin is receiving treatment for cancer, and his top generals are looking to throw the war in Ukraine. That's according to a rumour contained in a leaked American intelligence document.
Well, the Pentagon documents, which were leaked last week, as you'll be aware, have sparked a thorough national security investigation, which saw a 21-year-old Air Force National Guard arrested yesterday.
Well, joining us for more on this is political analyst and Russian exile Valery Morozov. Good morning to you. Really good to have you with us in the studio. So let's talk about this, because it is very significant, isn't it? Very concerning for the US. What do we know so far?
Regarding the
leaked documents?
Yeah, of course I don't have enough information, but whatever I can see in mass media and internet channels like Telegram channels where there is a lot of discussion, I think that I can see that these leaks, they are more directed more against the United States and Ukraine, say, for example, than Russia. Russia, I don't think Kremlin is bothered about it.
Well, but how true do we think it is? I mean, this intelligence claiming there's been, for a long time, discussion over President Putin's health.
Yes.
Now this seems to say, well, he has got cancer and he is getting treatment, and his generals want to get rid of the war at some point. Is there any credence to that, do you think?
I met Putin, in 1990, I think, 8 in person, sitting and discussing. And but before this, I had common friends, and after that, for some time, for many years, maybe 20 years, I was working in Kremlin, and also on Olympic projects, and his dacha was, next door. Let us put it like this, to my project, and he was passing by every day nearly, for, you may say for treatment, but not for treatment, for, relaxation. There was a health complex there, and he was going there. Some procedures we were taking, many of us, Yeah. And there were at that time, and after this, there was a lot of rumors about his health and about even cancer and all those things. But frankly speaking, whatever I knew at that time, nothing was real. Because I was in friend relations with the commanders in Kremlin, with those people who were responsible for his health also, and there was nothing.
But it does seem to imply that there is, whether he's ill or not, that there is a lot of unsettled feeling amongst his senior generals.
No, this is probably another problem. The thing is that Putin has come to power. It was brought by Yeltsin and his family, and the main task which was given to him in the beginning in 1990, maybe 6, when it started, this process started of his rising to power, and I knew this, that was he was given a task to remove the Minister of Defense, Rodionov at that time, because Minister of Defense and Defense Ministry, it still survived this collapse of the Soviet Union, and they were preparing to get rid of Yeltsin and his family, and there were even clashes and conflicts regarding money. Say, for example, GRU was responsible for diamonds production in Angola. And this money was going to Yeltsin family benefited from this, and Rodionov stopped paying. So
you should say the GRU is sort of equivalent to the CIA.
No, GRU is that military intelligence.
That military intelligence.
That is intelligence of the defense. That is Skripal. These were the guys, and Putin managed to remove him. When he came to Moscow, a few days after his coming, I was told that he was, to come to Kremlin, and he is the choice of family, and this was his task, and he removed. And after this, he removed. Actually, when Putin came to power, there were no military general or military man with any military experience, with at least some military experience, who would become the Minister of Defense. Shoigu did not spend even one day in military. And before him, the same Serdyukov, Ivanov, who was they had nothing to do. So this is the systematic problem. He was he was keeping defense and military lower because of the threat from them. Russian state has appeared, and Rurik and, this Tsars, let us put it like this, they appeared as army. They were invited as an army to control and protect the Slavic tribes that became later Russians. Actually, Rus and Russians, they were called this military squad. The Russians, there are no ethnicity. There was no nationality like this. So the role of military in Russian history, in Russian state, it was always great. And Putin, and that is the difference with modern Russia, he pushed or pressed the military down. Now, because of the war, he is to bring them up. And of course, there are different clans, different clashes in this. Say, for example, Wagner, Prigozhin, he is behind him the secret services. And Shoigu is the choice of Putin himself. So, of course, there are some tensions and different clans. And Putin, that is his system. The modern Russia is comprised of different clans. And he is like referee.
Well, you mentioned Wagner, because the Wagner group is seen as sort of independent paramilitaries who've been accused of committing atrocities. But you also they are all being controlled by Moscow, are they?
No, this is I've told you about GRU in Angola.
Yeah,
GRU was removed by Putin, and who has come? And they decided to. No, there was no choice, so they created the private army. Yeah. Who is behind? Behind is Federal Service of Guards, bodyguards of Putin. They're behind it. And Prigozhin is a choice. I met Prigozhin. I was reconstructing the state Kremlin palace. And, in Kremlin, everybody is a choice of Federal Service of Guards. And suddenly there was a company, private company, brought into state Kremlin palace to given kitchen, and the banquet hall, and all those things. And of course, everybody was surprised. But everybody knew that this is the choice of Federal Service of Guards. And Prigozhin has come to Kremlin because of this.
It's a fascinating. I wish we had the whole hour to talk through. It's absolutely fascinating stuff. Valery, as always, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.